You are live, sir.
There's no music. Did we blow up the audio again? This is outstanding. Just bring in the other guy. We didn't play the intro. Or I couldn't hear the intro. Normally I would hear the intro. It's It's Friday. Do you know where your IT pro and sound guy are? We don't. It's Patch and Switch. And now, two guys who are looking to find another job. Because working as audio engineers obviously isn't cutting it. It's Patch and Switch. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Hey, to my defense, I've never ran one of your shows on StreamYard. I don't know where the fuck the assets are. Oh, sorry.
Oh, beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I know.
All right.
That's why I was like, Pierre, can you just share your screen and I'll like point things out to you to be able to show you how it works. But I do have to say, hats off, but I'm not taking my hat off to Pierre for stepping up. I literally pulled him out of his kitchen from having probably a very nice conversation with his family or something like that, to be able to come down and get StreamYard up and working and be happy with us, just so we could do the show today.
I appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
Very much so.
How's Pierre? Pierre, you good?
Yeah. You there?
I mean, you're on the show. You can say hello.
I am. I'm doing really good. It's I've finally unburied myself from an inbox after vacation, but now we're
Where
good.
did you go? Where did you go on vacation?
I was in sunny Mexico.
Oh, were you at one of those all-inclusive places?
I was.
That's on my bucket list. I haven't done that yet. You're doing that soon, right, Rick?
I do that twice a year.
I'm doing it over in February time frame for softball.
Oh, that's like perfect timing, right? February, when we're like sick and tired of the
rain and the snow.
Now there's only I have 22 centimeters, around 8 inches just outside the house. It's now ice. It's not snow.
It was snowing earlier this morning out the window, but it's now cleared up down here by being 250 feet lower than where you are. And that's
actually, I think it's more like 700, but yeah.
I think you guys have more snow than we do in Canada right now.
I wouldn't doubt it.
There's no climate change.
No. That's a hoax, don't you know?
I also want to give a hat tip to Steve, the audio guy. He is under the weather. He's not joining us today. So Jared, please get well soon.
Feel better, sir.
Yeah, feel better. Hydrate, liquids, Tylenol, Advil, all that sort of stuff. Wishing you all the best as you go through some recovery.
Tequila works great.
Also on the East Coast.
Yes.
So extra fun. Not fun.
Nothing's worse than being sick while you're traveling. It's all your normal creature comforts are not easily at hand.
No, they're not.
If only you had stories. Oh wait, you do. But where was it? Was it Barcelona?
Oh yes.
Was that Barcelona or was that Madrid? No, that was Barcelona, wasn't it?
So Barcelona back in the day in 2014, I think it was 2014.
Holy crap, it's been that long.
It's been that long, man. So this is kind of a tangential way, as the show always works, is kind of catching up with different things and stories as they happen. Ned Pyle asked me for a video that was embedded in an old blog that was from a long time ago, from the old Channel 9 platform. And the Channel 9 platform doesn't exist as a website anymore. It's now been archived and is switched over to Learn and Learn TV and stuff like that. But someone has gone in and actually created an index of every single thing they could find on the old Channel 9 through the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive.
Oh, dear.
And then they've made this actual kind of weird-looking index, not UX design or anything else like that, on their own GitHub pages. And you can now link back to things like the countdown show that we did for Barcelona, the PDC of 2005, the content from Mix, if you wanted to see the content from Mix, or you can even see like you interviewing Rod Trent at MMS back in 2012. That interview has been captured and preserved.
That was like that was your first conference on the team, wasn't it?
It was back in 2012. The first conference that I did when I came here, all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, back in 2012.
And we
10
broke
years
you
ago or more.
We broke you in Vegas.
It was Vegas, and it was crazy. And yes, there's a video of me being broken in Vegas for the first time as well.
Shocker.
Oh, look at that. Pierre actually even found the index file in case anyone wants to browse around and take a look at it.
Yeah, posted it in chat too. Posted the link.
So shout out to whoever the heck Walking Cat is for going and doing that. There's quite a plethora of video that happens to be out there. And you know it's old school when the video is shot in 4:3 resolution.
But it was high definition 4:3.
Yeah.
Sure. Something like that.
Transferred from the VHS tapes.
Does that even exist? iDef 4:3?
I don't know. It's like, isn't that
I made it up
or something?
Oh, okay.
I made it up. We should say hello to people. TRP8472 says, good afternoon from the UK. He's a little chilly there. They've got snow in the forecast there. Visio MVP coming in saying Ottawa snow is coming melted. And that we have more snow than them. I think we've discussed that. Val Temper down in the PDX, also frigid Pacific Northwesterner, unless he's not there. J Flow over in the Ohio's, or is it Mohio? Put a big M. Sorry, have to take that shot. Ferris to Brits. Good to see Jane over in the UK. Chaos.
Oh, wow.
13 is here. Ledwig's here. Are you on a cruise? Are you in Disney? Are you actually here? I don't.
He's probably locked away in a tiki bar someplace.
Probably. It's not even noon there. Tiki bar's even open. Anyway, SharePoint Madam's here. Good to see you along with Aspen Forrester. Another random IT guy is randomly here again, which is fantastic. And I want to say a big special shout out to our good friend Mr. Richard Campbell joining us on the program today. At least in chat. He's joining us in chat. Did you know that the latest episode of Run As Radio, located at runasradio.com, and at the link that I've just posted in chat, is the absolutely amazing, and it's only amazing because we're on it. Wait, no, it's only amazing because Rich is on it. Sorry, my bad.
Yes.
Every
show's amazing because Rich is on it.
Exactly. What do sysadmins want for Christmas show? Is this the third or fourth time we've done this show?
Rich would be able to tell us more directly, but absolutely, I'm going to go with 4 because the first one was very impromptu, and then it got really popular. And I think Rich actually got asked, "Can you publish the show earlier so people could actually buy some of the stuff that we recommended?"
Wait, hang on. So people watch this and actually take our recommendations?
They actually do, apparently. And so we did our research. We did a very scientific way of being able to figure out who goes when and what we're talking about. Posted all the links.
That's all lies. We don't
posted all the links to be able to go off and to find all the content if you wanted to. They're not affiliate links. And for any potential sponsors that are out there, you're welcome to just send us products, and then we will go ahead and recommend it next time.
You're not even shamelessly plugging. You're just outright plugging.
It's One Microsoft Way, Redmond, Washington, 98052. Just label it as patch and switch. That's all. It'll get to us eventually. We got friends in the mailroom somewhere.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, of course, man.
Okay. All right. There you go. Ledwig says his tiki bar is always open.
Oh yeah. Somewhere a tiki bar is always open.
Absolutely. SharePoint Madam says it went from 80 to 35. That's in Fahrenheit in freedom units. In 12 hours? 12 hours.
That's a big drop. Dip, I would say.
No wonder there were like hurricanes and all that other, or not hurricanes, tornadoes and all the other nonsense there. My chat's also stopped updating, so I'm going to refresh that here real quick.
I've got the 20-second time delay window down here in my second monitor that I keep on checking, and I put you up here in the top monitor, so it looks like I'm actually looking at you.
That's smart. I should probably do that for mine, but
it's a better camera aesthetic. These things I could teach you if you want about how to stream and how to do stuff.
Like be on camera and be a host?
Yeah, I know. It's
never done that. Never done that.
It's a great new world if you want to try it out. We could all become influencers.
I'm not doing TikTok.
No. TikTok still is not a thing. Although someone is squatting on Rickster CDN on TikTok right now.
What?
My TikTok account is Rickster.cdn. It's not Rickster CDN because someone has squatted on Rickster CDN. I'm just saying.
That's nonsense.
Although Patch and Switch does exist over TikTok.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. We also have a Mastodon account as well. We're part of the Fediverse.
Have we joined Post yet?
We're still on the wait list.
Yeah,
for some
I'm on
reason,
the wait list too.
People that joined before and have joined after Patch and Switch have joined Post, have been accepted into the wait list, but we haven't for some reason. I don't know why.
Really? You don't understand why we've not been accepted into the chat room or into the post room.
A little bit
crazy. We've been gone a while.
It has been more than a fortnight, to say the least.
It's been a couple of them, yes. Unfortunately,
it's been a couple of fortnights.
Everything good, dude? You good?
Yeah, for the most part. It's the time of year when people are trying to finish things off before December hits too hard within Microsoft. We had our internal Connect season where we sit back and chat and reflect on the impact that we've had. I sound very much like a corporate person right now, like I just said that. But that whole period is now done and wrapped up. And now we're looking at trying to get ready for all the goodness and the fun stuff we got planned for the next half of the year while other things are going on. And strangely enough, people seem to be disappearing for the month of December. It's like they saved up all this vacation time and they're just poof, disappearing.
So I leave next week for the rest of the year. Yeah.
I didn't see that vacation request come in.
No, you certainly did. You also have the calendar hold, which you've accepted.
Damn it.
Apparently another random IT guy has said his December's has already hit for him. Are you done already, dude? Are you wow. That'd be crazy. Lots of folks posting. If you do !word and post a work safe word, we can use that for the title of the next episode. And I do intend on being here, even though I'm technically not working.
Okay.
In a fortnight's time. We do a little holiday cheer episode.
That works.
So we'll do that. But anyway, !word in your word. We will vote on those later.
And pay no attention to the fact that we had no idea what the title was for the show because we had to change the platform and that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. There's already words. So we've got impact, poof, oof, and technically not working.
Technically not working.
So you can head on over to patchandswitch.showbot.tv to view the list and StreamBot. I don't know why he's now calling himself Stream Elements because the bot was named at one point, but he's forgotten his name. Yeah, it used to be Patch and Switch bot, but anyway, the bot will post that as well. Wired Canuck jumping in saying Rick and I are spending next week in Vegas. What am I like? Chopped liver?
Yeah, that's more of we're jumping into the
yeah. Sorry.
The next section, but yeah. What is that anyway?
Wait, Rich Campbell, I got to do Dev Intersection next week. Then I spend the rest of the month building LED Christmas light systems for the house.
Oh yeah,
is that inside or outside the house?
And I would have to say,
he says Rick and I are spending next week with Chop Liver.
Nice.
Changed my name. Should I change my name in the stream? I can do that.
So all three of us are there plus Mr. Campbell in Vegas?
Apparently.
I also have rumors that Wireless Life is also there, even though he's not on the stream today.
That is correct.
Bartolo will be there too.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I got to talk to that guy. It's been a minute.
Nothing good can come of next week.
With the last time I saw all of y'all, like Pierre and Bartolo, were we in Prague? Was Bartolo in Prague on that trip? I know you were, Pierre, right?
I think so. That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was like pre-pandemic, right?
It was quite some time. I think I would not be surprised because there was a pretty big contingent of us that were over there supporting Ignite the tour at the time.
So another random IT guy is saying that we should have an organized meetups for Patch and Switch in Vegas. Can we figure that out in a week?
We might be able to do something unorganized.
Well, like the rest of our shows.
Because this has so much planning and logistics to it, Joey.
Of course, 15 minutes ahead.
I mean, sure, we'll put something together. We can do a random meetup or something for sure. Okay. Absolutely.
Right, I'll pack the equipment.
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it on stream. No.
Why not? We could just
No. Rich Campbell suggesting the lobby bar at MGM Grand Thursday night. Sure.
We could figure something out.
That after dinner, though. We have to do that after dinner.
Okay, so from the trenches to go follow the show format next week, besides being in Vegas, you're going to be at Dev Intersections and M365 Conf and Data and AI Conf, that sort of stuff.
Yes.
On Wednesday, and doing some hallway conversations, and so will I. Right,
Wednesday and then Thursday. Unfortunately, can't go earlier in the week. My manager, he is like hardcore. He's got like my entire schedule.
He's got you locked down, not able to travel for different reasons, stuff like that. So,
well, no, I mean, I could leave. Was like not until Wednesday. I don't understand it. He's like, you've got to do all these meetings, and I'm like, where are you going? He's like, Vegas.
That's right, because I'm in Vegas on Monday.
Yes, you are. What are you doing in Vegas on Monday?
Getting ready for, believe it or not, I have to ask you a very serious question after I mention where I'm at. So I'm going to be at the Gartner IT conference for infrastructure.
Oh, I've never been to that one. I've only been to Gartner Identity.
Well, I need to ask you, what do you wear to a Gartner conference? It says business casual. Can I? I know I can't wear my pajama pants or my lounge sweatpants. Those are not allowed.
So now, when I was doing the Gartner Identity Conference, I was in Partnerland. So I was in the official meet with partners. With the, what do they call the nice jeans? What's the word?
Power jeans.
Your power jeans, a collared shirt and a jacket. But I don't think you need
the Stephen Rose style.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Stephen Rose style is the jacket with the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I had the nice, but I go business casual. Like I would just,
what's business casual these days? Like, do I have to go off and buy khakis, or do I?
No, I don't think you need khakis. I don't think you need. They're not going to kick you out, dude. You work in the Microsoft booth.
So are we talking about like Old Navy power jeans? Or are we talking like Nordstrom power jeans?
I don't think it really matters, because at this point, unless somebody's like grabbing your pants and flipping them inside out, they're not going to know.
If someone's grabbing my pants, we've got other issues that we got to talk about. Because I am going to be working a booth, right?
And he is staying with me.
Yeah. Crush Network says he's going to be in Vegas. There's a share pint on Monday.
Oh.
It sounds like you've got work to do, my friend.
Oh, wow.
He also says we can't do the meetup Thursday. They leave Thursday after lunch. Well, we could do it Wednesday night then. And Rich, you can join us after your dinner, because I know you have dinner commitments on Wednesday night. So we can find something. We'll find something up near the MGM. There's plenty of places up there.
So I guess just DM @Patch and Switch on Twitter if you're still using Twitter. In theory, you could actually email patchandswitch@microsoft.com. I think that still works. However, we now know that a particular distribution list that we use for security is no longer active for some reason.
Sounds like somebody who managed it didn't click the renew link.
Someone whoever managed it forgot to click the tick box that it meets compliance and needs to continue on for another 180 days.
Oops.
Yeah. So,
Crush Network's coming in with his what do you wear at Gardner? He says it requires lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Yeah, everyone wears them. J-Flo says it's the Gartner lederhosen quadrant.
Okay. Rich Campbell is suggesting Gartner pants as the word.
True.
So I'm.
Rich says there's a hockey game Wednesday night. Well, that's all right. I'm sure we'll still be somewhere. It's Vegas after all.
So at the Gartner infrastructure, both Pierre and I and others are going to be at the booth as technical resources, talking about migration, modernization, moving apps from standalone monolithic style IIS environments over to nice new containerized environments if you want to, or generally anything. If you want to ask us, just don't ask us about security because this is about infrastructure.
If they have security questions, you can send them on up to me.
Okay, I'll text you, and then I'll just act like the texting guy back and forth. To be there. So thank you very much for covering my meetings on Tuesday, and on Monday. Did I mention the one on Monday that you have to look after too?
You've sent it to me several times.
Okay.
I've accepted it every time.
Okay. That's good. So I need to go shopping this weekend to make sure I have fresh new Gartner power jeans. And then hopefully
I think you're good with whatever you have.
Most of my logo branded wear of clothing.
I'm pretty sure it'll all be just fine. J-Flo wanted to. Sorry, there was a typo. It's actually lederhosen for Gartner. The Magic Quadrant lederhosen. I see what you did there. Diego comes in saying, "What's going on here? Just back from ESPC, tired. That conference looked fun. There were two fun conferences that I was watching my social media, feeling left out. One, did you see the absolute? Speaking of Vegas, the expo hall going on at the other that reInvent conference? Have you seen some of the posts? That thing was massive.
I know it's welcome back to before times, right? They've got lots of different vendors, lots of different people that are involved. People are excited to be there, walking around, doing stuff, visiting stuff, swag and all sort of things. Like it's I'm interested to see the fallout report for how things went and how people appreciated the conference and appreciated the content and the connections. So some cool stuff happening down there at reInvent.
And then there's the ESPC event that just happened in Copenhagen, which I've never been to. I've never been to Denmark. That's one of those that is there a security track there? Why not?
There should be security tracks everywhere.
Can we work on getting one? Just question.
I don't know. That one there's
I know someone.
The community, if I remember correctly, right?
I know someone.
Caruana could probably hook you up.
Probably. I actually I need to get a meeting with her, actually. That's
awesome.
No, legit need to have a meeting with Caruana. That's on my list of things. But she's just been traveling so much and doing things since Ignite happened. We've not had a chance to reconnect. But so it's, I guess, end of December is kind of the last push for conferences at the end of 2022. So as mentioned, you're going to be at Gartner, and then I'll be up the street on Wednesday and Thursday at MGM at the Dev Intersection /Azure DataConf /M365 event, and taking some meetings, both formal and hallway meetings. Pay attention to our Twitter or other social media posts. We'll probably even post it on Facebook. I think we have a login to Facebook somewhere.
There's a page somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll make sure that people know where we'll be at and out and about. Just to say hi or just grab us in the hallway and we'll have a hallway chat.
Nice. Well, I've got one more thing I want to talk about next week in case you have a moment.
Okay.
There's this thing. I just put it inside the chat. There's this thing that's happening that is called Windows Server Summit that you could go off and join.
What's that? Is there a security track?
It's a virtual event. It's a virtual event taking place on Tuesday in the Pacific Northwest. Sign up and register. If you've done a Microsoft event before, you're probably familiar with the platform. Us Microsofties internally, we call it the On24 platform. but there'll be good chats and integrations back and forth. We got some awesome people speaking there, including a good friend of ours, otherwise known as Sonia Cuff, is presenting. So is Oren Thomas is presenting.
What?
We've got some Jeff Woolsey action taking place with the keynotes, or for follow on to the keynotes. I actually do a really cool interview with Roanne Sones. You know Roanne?
I do know Rand.
Yeah,
a long time ago. I don't know if even this is those early days of the early interviews when we were really, really bad.
Yes.
Not that we've gotten good, but
not that we got any polished or anything.
No.
The Windows Server Summit basically is talking about some of the cool stuff that's taking place inside of the Windows Server hybrid environment. We've also got some good stuff talking about the Kubernetes as well. The containers is going on in there too with Windows-based containers. Vinicius has got some sessions in there, and there's a really, really cool session that I'll tell you about now. You can't see it on the homepage. That is a session about your investment in your career in technologies and solutions. If you're a net new person to the industry, and if you're also old, grizzly, and gray, like some people here, but not mentioning names or anything, about how to make sure that you're ready to go for some of the cool stuff that's taking place in the industry. It's moderated by Jeff Woolsey, and they've got Oren and Sonia talking about that. So really cool session on career that you'll be able to take a look at as an on-demand piece as part of registering for the conference. Please go there, register, share it with your friends. It's going to be a good time. That's on Tuesday.
That's awesome. There's a lot going on next week then.
It's busy, I tell you.
So will the Windows Server Summit sessions be available offline post Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to register. If you can't make it, you get access to the platform and be able to watch it on demand afterwards. They basically live inside of this event space, if you will, for a period of time. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually pull those videos down off of the event space and then put them on our YouTube channel, on IT Ops Talk YouTube channel. But we have to let them live inside of this event space for a period of time, according to our contractual obligations.
Cool. Super cool. Hey, listen, there's all the things that are happening next week. Two conferences happening in Vegas that could potentially affect the audience. So I wanted to make sure that folks had access to sessions if possible. Hey, it's 27 minutes after the top of the hour. We should start the show.
Yeah, we should. Well, we kind of did the from the trenches section, unless you have
a little bit, yeah, which is from the trenches, the things that we're doing in our day jobs and prep. What have you been doing other than prepping for conferences? Are you speaking?
Technically, I'm kind of speaking at the conference at Gartner, but not really because I don't have a session. They give that to the important high up people.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know how you got one. That must have been like someone canceled and someone else canceled and someone else canceled and then you got picked or something.
No, I've never spoken at the event. I've just worked the booth.
Okay, so then it is the norm. It is the norm.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
I didn't submit anything in for the folks that are over at Dev Connections, M365 Conf, and the Azure and Data and AI Conf and stuff like that. Probably should get around to doing some of those CFPs. But for me, I've been doing manager stuff and then getting ready for demos for the Gartner conference, because that's what we're going to be doing at the booth, is basically going through some technical demos about migration and about modernization and stuff like that.
Cool. Very cool.
And then obviously making sure all my manager friends and all my reports and all the people at Microsoft have gotten their connects done. So managerial junk was primarily getting things done on by the 30th. So that's why that all wrapped up.
Was it mission accomplished?
It was mission accomplished. Everyone
Sweet.
got in, but I did have to reach out and tap a particular person on the shoulder to say, it's the 30th. Where's your submission button? And they promptly came around to doing the proper submission button on the form.
Mine was on the 29th, just so you know.
I'm not talking about you for the 30th.
It may have been at 11:58 on the 29th. And that was not deliberately like waiting till the last minute. That's just okay. I was doing managerial junk and stuff too. So
Yeah.
yes, managerial junk and stuff. That's an official job classification
It is.
for things.
It should be inside of the official job description, I think.
Well, it's also in the ADO, I believe.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll take a look at the news item.
Yeah, it is absolutely. Rich Campbell says he should pester Woolsey to come back on Run As. Yes,
Absolutely.
Speaking of Run As, did we already promote the show? Should you be looking for Christmas gifts for sysadmins? Head on over to runasradio.com. Look at the most recent show. It's show number 856.
Poof.
Have we ever tracked the number of shows that we've done?
Yes.
Oh, what's the number?
We're approaching in on 200 now.
Oh, wow.
If you go over to patchandswitch.com, you will see the live feed that comes in from all the podcast versions of the show that you can go off and watch.
Are they updated?
They are mostly updated, yes.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Half of the 2021 shows are up there right now.
There you go. So yeah, lots of managerial junk and stuff. That's kind of been the trend. But I'm looking forward to getting in front of some folks and having some good conversations next week. We've gotten a bunch of feedback. As I've mentioned, there were just a ton of events in this most recent last few weeks. Some trip reports coming in, and it's very interesting just to see trends again that we may not be paying attention to in kind of the online virtual land, because you're not seeing somebody, you're not having that direct one-on-one conversation. And it's interesting. One of the trends that we're seeing from, I figure one or two might be a trend, but when you start to see it across 4 or 5 events and all over the globe, whether it be from Australia or New Zealand to Europe to the United States, that there's a lot of relatively new people coming into the industry or shifting roles. So, they're net new into server management or net new into, maybe making a career change over to cybersecurity or interested in moving that. So it's refreshing to kind of see some of this stuff and you hear the feedback is just these events are great, but some of this content is like way beyond me because I'm just starting out.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone through and looked at the I'm just starting out content and seen what's out there and available? Did we maybe forget about those folks for a little bit? Question mark.
I definitely have seen the trend of people making submissions into sessions that have been in the industry for a while that go much higher and much deeper, higher as far as altitude is concerned, for making sure they do their content submissions that are going to be covering a broad audience, but again, are targeting experienced folks. I'd have to agree, honestly, but like it's interesting because is that something that we need to address with making content submissions? Like if I was going to do a CFP and talk at like Tech Mentor as an example, it's a conference that's coming up in the summertime, put on by some MVP folks and others. And they, do you submit in like multiple levels of abstracts and have some that are deep and have some that are higher level as an option, and then seeing what the audience decides to pick or something like that? Is that something?
Yeah. Or even, do we need to look at potentially submitting into pre-event workshops with some, introductory to or things you should think about if you want to start looking into these aspects of careers? Because a lot of folks maybe working through the pandemic has maybe given them an opportunity to do some more learning and start looking at, hey, I've been doing, the server management thing for a very long time, and maybe I want to go look at these other aspects. Other folks coming out going, hey, listen, I'm not interested in writing code. This is how I started my career, right? Is I was not interested in writing code, but I love working with computers and networking and that whole thing. And so that kind of ended me up in the IT operations world or the IT pro space. Rich Campbell says, when you're the person that was standing closest to the server when the last person left. Can I tell you, I actually know people people who ended up working for me that was the situation.
I normally summarize it as a joke, but it is quite serious that I got my job literally because I was the guy that jiggled the cable to get the printer to work. But that was freaking decades ago. Is that the situation's happening now? Right?
Crush Network says Chris Givens teaches 500 level and above. Yeah, and that's totally cool. And I know Chris pretty well, and his sessions are always very popular. But then he follows up. Crush Network says we run 6+ events a year now. The level 100 classes are always full.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
as conference organizers, speakers, and other people that work in industry that do this kind of stuff, we just have to sometimes we just need a refresher that, hey, you got to have multiple levels. And
when we're talking about 100, 200 level in this context, these are technical 100, level conversations.
It's not a marketing 100 level awareness session.
Yeah. We're not out there running, ads with videos of, the heart tugging, because it's the holiday season, so all the heart tugging commercials are now out, right?
Yeah.
So when you're standing on the switch when the last person submitted the patch, sure, that happens too. It's how we ended up in this podcast. But it's something to think about. I'm very curious. Is it so? My question here, and I don't want to. This isn't intended to be rude, but for chat, let me know. Does it diminish the value of an event to have a lot of introductory content if it's balanced with other content? Because there's some folks that are just like, if it's not this level, I'm not even showing up. Right? We've heard that feedback. Honestly, I've seen it. Does it diminish things or does it enhance it? I think it enhances it because I like the freshness of it. And I was concerned, I've mentioned this on the show, that we've lost track of the people who's the next version. Where's the next version of where we are now, where we were 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I'm really interested in doing this. And you accidentally jiggle the cable and end up doing the show. Where are those folks? Now we're starting to see them.
I'm going to do a shout out to a conference that has just posted the fact they're going to have one, and has also opened up the call for content, and it's taking place in Atlanta. This is the Atlanta Cloud Conference that's being called. It's a spin-off from the Atlanta Developers Conference. You might know some folks that are on that. One of them is SharePoint Madam has volunteered to assist. I came across it as part of her Twitter feed, and I'm like, hey, hit me up. I'd love to speak at that particular conference. I think I'm going to go with that particular approach of giving the option of having both technical, deeper stuff that's available at 300 level or so, but I'm also going to pair that after this conversation with some 100 level stuff as well to see if people are interested to be able to have that option and take a look at it. So
CFP is open. Submit your talk if you're interested. I mean,
you got it.
Listen, it's community, right? I would be there. Other than that is the date of the state dance and drill championships, and my daughter is a senior. This is her last one. It's also the last one before we leave the state of Washington and move to Las Vegas. So I unfortunately will have to miss that day-long event, but I'm sure it will be well represented.
Yeah. So I am putting in my application. We'll see if they accept me.
Ledwick says a mix is fine as long as it's balanced. Needs to be worthwhile for both audiences. If the event is marketed as being appropriate for both audiences. Crush Networks, we also need more 200 level. Don't need more 300, 400 level. That's interesting. Visio MVP, I've learned things from 100 level sessions. Wire Canuck makes a point, how do you go deep in the weeds on a service that is provided as a service where you don't have access to where the weeds are? Fair comment. So at any rate, these are why things like what's happening next week with the M365 conference. I know Rich does a very good job on the developer side of
Mhm.
as well as the other folks that are putting together this conference, the dev intersections aspects of getting kind of a good mix. I was looking through the speaker list and I'm like, oh, I know this. I know this. Oh, that's cool. I know this person.
Mhm.
So it's super going to be cool. I think it's going to be great, and I think that we just need to keep this in mind, right? I know that when we show up and we walk into a room and we want something that's like tell me something I don't know and that is just uber technical so that I can say that this is a value. Sometimes it's the random 200 level or 300 level session that you go, oh, I can actually use that now. I can actually take that with me. So having that balance. All right. Anyway, I got off on a tangent. Shocker on this show.
Nice. Well, the next segment that we talk about normally is beer talk.
Beer?
Yeah.
I'm on a diet. I'm not drinking beer right now. But I'll tell you what, I could punish a cheesecake right now. I could absolutely punish a cheesecake.
Beer talk wise,
Joey, is it all alcohol or just beer?
Oh, right. Well, I mean, it's just beer, all the calories. I can still do vodka soda.
There you go. Vodka soda, 2 lime.
2 lime. That's correct.
2 lime. So beer talk wise, I have the last keg of Eldorado fresh hops on my kegerator, and it's still pouring beautifully, and it's quite nice. But that's what I've been drinking recently. I had some last night as I played Call of Duty DMZ with Wireless and Wired Canuck last night.
Oh, I was going to ask why you didn't invite me, but you can only have 3 people. So
yeah. It was a good round. It was fun.
DMZ is pretty good. It's a lot better since they patched it yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
Before it was crashing a lot. But I've had some fun with some of that as well. Yeah.
So that's what I've been drinking as far as drinking's concerned. But then also tying into a little bit of random spending, the Black Friday sales, I actually am going to be rehydrating the brewery in the garage.
What's happening?
I've picked up a new brew house for about 20% off.
So a couple $100 beer dollars.
Yes, a couple $100 beer dollars.
Nice.
And that one there is I picked up our good friends down in Oregon, SS Brewtech. Again, sponsored, not sponsored, but would like to be.
I buy enough of their merch and stuff. They probably could.
So I've got there's the interesting thing with this one here is I'm going electric. I've got a brew house controller that has a switch between pot number 1 and pot number 2, and a temperature controller, and the pots have a custom electrical element inside of them called a halo element. That is going to be powering the brew house. So
Speednut in chat says, been on a stroopwafel kick lately, can't really do that well with beer. Hello, stout. Hello, a nice stout.
Stout would work.
Something a little woody, maybe something a little bit bourbony, little barrel aged something with a stroopwafel. 100% would work. Anyway, continue on.
Yeah. So I've got that on the way, and I'm assuming I can't see my thing. Oh, yeah, you can right there in the corner. I've got my Unitank.
Yes, sir. DEFCON veteran, I can advise to drink the Naughty and Nice beers from Vocation Brewery.
Okay.
Sounds good. Speednut says, got to pick up the Trogs Mad Elf before they're gone. Yes, please don't miss special beers if they're out. We have now in Washington, fresh hop season landed a little late. I believe harvest was a week or 2 later than normal.
Yeah.
So we went right from fresh hop season into the darker side of the world. Wired Canuck, any recommendations for local breweries in Vegas? Yes. There are 2. I believe the second one's open. I'll have to look up the names. They're in the Arts District, which is just off Fremont Street, but in the right direction. Yeah, it's one of those things. I'd go early evening, not stay out too long in the Arts District. There's a brewery that is actually, it's a California brewery. It's not a Vegas brewery, but they do brew their own stuff. It's in the Palazzo, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's in Palazzo, not Venetian. It's actually down the opposite hallway of Buddy V's, if you know where that restaurant is. So it's there. They've got some really good happy hour specials, some decent brews. Like nothing was jumping out at me, but very good localish. It's made there, even though it's a California brewery.
You also know that they don't brew it on site, but BrewDog has opened up their spot in Vegas last month.
I did not know that. Where have they opened this up, and how did I miss this?
It's on the Strip.
Well, then we're gonna find it.
It's a massive.
I need more merch. I only have one BrewDog shirt now, so
we'll have to do a pilgrimage up to BrewDog.
Hold please. I'm gonna look. Rich Campbell, when I want to drink beer in Vegas, I end up at Hof Brew House. That's good. Yes. There's also a. Is it the beer garden? I think, which is up near. Is that I believe it's on Paris or right near Paris.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is not. It's not brewed there, right? It's just that they will have a bunch of things. BrewDog coming to Las Vegas. Grand opening Friday, December 2nd. This is why I haven't heard of it, because it hasn't opened yet.
I told you.
It is BrewDog's biggest bar in the world, situated in the heart of the Strip with 360-degree views of Las Vegas Boulevard. I am now going to look at the map because they only gave an address, but they didn't say what it was by. Oh, sorry. 2 floors of craft beer paradise can be found opposite of the Park MGM and just minutes from New York. So it's near T-Mobile Arena.
Nice.
And to celebrate their grand opening, if you go early, if you're going over the weekend before the big events, they have a $1 million bar tab for one lucky attendee, which can be used at any BrewDog around the world over the next 20 years.
Oh my.
$1 million gift card for BrewDog that could be used all over the world. Do you know what I would do with that? I would do a tour with friends.
Yeah.
A tour with friends. Yeah, amazing. Okay, sorry, we totally another tangent there, right?
Nice.
We're going.
Okay.
So Wednesday evening,
we
will be at BrewDog.
We shall figure it out.
Because that's about the only time that we really have to go. So yeah, there we go there. That I have a feeling like that's gonna be a cheat day. I'm gonna have to work out extra hard.
Do you have some random spending, my friend? The next segment,
Christmas.
Random spending.
It's Christmas, dude. Well, your random spend bought a brewery.
Oh no. I have something else.
Oh, you have more random spending? What do you have for random spend? Oh, he's left. He's got a box from Newegg. What's in the box? Oh, this show's not going to end on time, people. I guarantee you. We're going to go long. Is StreamYard going to kick us off the air?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
I have the control.
All right, cool. You don't have a meeting, do you?
Well, my skip is on this meeting, so I think I'm fine.
Okay. All right, cool. He's got bubble wrap, ladies and gentlemen. He's random spent on a box of bubble wrap. You know they send that stuff free with Amazon, right? It's a Ryzen 9. Which version of the Ryzen 9?
This is the 5950.
Ooh, okay.
So it's a good old-fashioned 16-core, 32-thread proc. That's an upgrade. Do you remember when we did the live stream of building the COVID PC that I built?
Yes.
Right over here.
Yeah.
That's for that. And
Okay.
because it's a
You mean the one you screwed up?
I also have oops, sorry.
He's still streaming. It's all good. What is that
it's a water
cooler? An AIO? Which one is that? That is, it looks like
I'm a fan of the Corsairs.
Oh, the Corsair. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's got a nice little small die in the middle, and then 3 fans that go up on the top.
Nice. I'm running the NZXT AIO.
They're the same ones. They're all made by
they're all
Asetek.
made by the same company.
Yeah. So
Just
my first
rebranded.
water cooler fan cooling system. That's there. And I have one more device, but it's not here yet. So I have to save for the next show.
Oh, you're not going to tell us what it is?
No.
Okay.
So are we doing a live stream of you trying to put that equipment in?
Of course, we can do that.
No, actually, listen. I don't know that the stream is him putting the equipment in. I think the stream is going to be "Does it post?" ?
Does it post?
That's the title.
No, that's literally the topic of the show.
Oh yeah, that too.
Let's see. Speednut says the lights make it work smarter, not harder. Listen, Speednut, do you not know that you get more frames per second with the more RGB that you have?
The more RGBs you're running in your case, the faster your numbers
you
are.
get more frames per second, and it's all about frames per second. You're a better gamer. I'm a better gamer just because I have this neon stormtrooper behind me.
So I'm curious. I have a full redundant backup motherboard because I had processor challenges early on with the COVID PC that I bought. And I'm wondering, do I buy a case and a power supply and actually use the old
memory,
which is the 3800 inside of that box?
I mean, what's your current graphics card that you have on the system now?
Oh no, it's really bad. It's old.
No, what is it? I'm not saying you can game with it, but can you stream with it?
And the other one over there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's God, I don't even know.
Like
moment.
I think isn't it a 1060?
No, it's not a 1060. It predates that.
It predates the RTX 1060?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I mean, you could use it as a streaming PC, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Or if you, I mean, memory's cheap. I'll tell you what, SSD and NVMe drives are uber cheap right now. In fact, I did random spend I'm looking to upgrade to the PCI 4 NVMe drive under $100 to get a terabyte.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to, you could always do that. It's just, do you need to? Because that case is still really good. Your power supply, that's a 1,000-watt power supply, right? And it was gold, right?
Yeah, it was a gold. It's nice.
Dude, you don't need to. Just flip the proc in there. If you need to swap, if you feel like you need to put the newer motherboard in, you could do that, right?
No, it's the same. It's the same motherboard. It's just a matter of, do I build a second PC with my parts?
I mean, if you acquired a couple of extra things, sure. But the video card is going to be your biggest barrier on that one.
Yeah. No, the video card right now, I want to say, I think it's even older than the GTX 980 that Fuel Snobble was just talking about. But it is a GTX, but it's like not in the 10 series.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't mean that it can't handle like things like streaming.
The other random spent thing probably is going to address that issue, but I don't want to talk about it until it actually arrives in my hands.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I have a house that's being built in Las Vegas, so I did random spend this week on an inspector.
Oh,
we actually have the date locked down to do the pre-drywall inspection.
Oh, nice.
Where we go and look and go, yeah, the lights are supposed to be there. Yeah, that's where the electrical is. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Hopefully I don't find the need to drop more Cat 6 cable into each and every room and up my costs by another $1,000, $2,000. But yeah.
Nice.
Diego says he needs to go. The car is charged. All right, Diego, glad we could keep you company while your car was charging. Rich Campbell says more Cat 6. Of course, you need more Cat 6. No,
wired is always the way to go if you got the ability to do it.
So there's at least one in every room.
Yeah, well, that's a good minimum bar to start with. For sure.
And there's 2 in my office.
Yep. And I was when you were here earlier in the week. We were looking at the new Wi-Fi 6's devices, the in-wall units from.
They're gorgeous and they are so well built.
Yeah,
I can tell you it's night and day from the previous generation.
I finally got it installed in my office, on the wall there.
Yeah. Crash Network said by near Red Rocks. I am 10 minutes north of that in an area called Sky Canyon.
So my old previous generation wall access point device is now been removed and replaced with the new higher end Wi-Fi 6s. And as you pointed out, this guy's only got like two ports out. The new ones have the miniature switch built in. So that's what I got.
I think your kids are awake. I think your kids are awake because your bandwidth is struggling. So, yeah, exactly. You're glitching. You're stuttering. But yes, Wire Canuck.
Nice.
Usually the drop does support the TV. I'm doing similar to what Rick has done, which is I'm using those Wi-Fi 6 in-wall jacks to give me additional ports. But yes, down in the living room. Where I did not put one was in the kitchen. It's one big room, so I'm not too worried about it. So I did not put a jack in the kitchen. I'm not doing smart home, like my fridge isn't going to be a smart one. I don't have the Big Brother devices like you do, listening in on things. But I will have so much Wi-Fi that even if I had a device that needed to be run in the kitchen, it would be fine.
So I will share. It can be rather annoying getting notified that the fridge door is open because you have teenagers in the house.
I've been at your house. I would imagine that's just constant notification, right?
Yeah.
Rich Campbell, pretty sure I have 12 jacks in your kitchen. Is your kitchen where your data center is? Wire Canuck, I have HDMI 2.1 over Ethernet, so I don't run long HDMI cables. Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I might put that in my office. It's not a big run, but it's big enough. The other thing that I'm looking at, so I'm doing the Wi-Fi 6 stuff, the in-walls, the switches, but everything is going to be in a closet in the pantry, which is near the kitchen, is the back end of the kitchen. What is the best route to go for a rack? Do you keep it open? Do you do an enclosure with a couple of fans? Good, nice, quiet fans, right? Maybe put wire in a little. You can do a little knob speed controller thing in there. What are folks thinking? What are folks thinking?
I've gone the route of open air, just because
open air.
I don't have my switch. I've just got my switching gear inside of it, and that's it. So comm rack basically. So I've
sorry, Aspen. It's not in the pantry. It's another closet that's opposite the pantry.
Oh, okay.
I haven't made the connection between the coffee cup and my brain right now, but yeah. So open air, versus an enclosure that you could put fans on.
And so far
right now
the Ubiquity gear has not complained with the temperature or thermal warning at all. So I'm happy with where it's at. I did have to switch out. My UPS is not inside the same open air space. It's actually off to the side and then has a cable that goes in for the power. Funnily enough, I actually had to switch my UPS out to a different version of a UPS because my wife was not happy with the fact that the UPS beeps when the power goes out.
Oh,
because she's like,
Rick, doesn't beep?
If the power goes out at 3:00 in the morning, I'd rather sleep through it than get woken up by the UPS alarm.
Okay. So you have to make sure that the UPS alarm can be silenced or turned off. Is that the thing?
Basically, that is now a new criteria. So I did find a UPS that does have that.
Ever thought about just removing the cover and cutting the speaker wire?
What?
Remove the cover, cut the speaker wire to the beeper.
Instead of buying a new one?
Where were you like a week ago, buddy?
Right here.
Really?
Actually, last week I was in Mexico with a drink in my hands.
Rich Campbell says he has 2 rack closets in the house, both in the basement. One has a proper air conditioner. The other has variable speed fan in the ceiling, venting outside, and vents in the door and floor for air draw. I'm only talking about low voltage networking equipment. I'm not dropping real servers in. So, but now I'm thinking maybe I should actually look at proper cooling. Do you think I could cool that closet down with glycol? Like use it dually, right? If I wanted to have a brew system to glycol chill that, like could I put a jacket around it?
Why
jacket?
not? You could do a heat exchanger plate.
Have to be a really big plate.
Yeah.
Vegas. Yeah. Did Wire Canuck just recommend Rick open up a battery and cut wires?
Just not the really big, thick 12 gauge black one and a red one. That's all.
Rick prefers servers that have a tray of beers. True.
Mm-hmm.
Speednut says plexi front and RGB lights for it. I'm in Vegas after all. I don't have to just be in Vegas for that. You can assume that if we had RGB in the switch room, does that make me a better gamer too? If I can't see it,
it would make your network run faster.
Would it?
Oh yeah, totally. And you know what? I want to know, where are you wiring the CO2 cannons in your house?
I'm not going to tell you where they're located. That's a surprise.
So we'll be out there. I'll be visiting you in Vegas at some point in the future.
The tanks are in the garage. That's all.
Chatting. The next thing I know, all of a sudden, like poof.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Speednut, you're right. Lower ping equals advantage. You're true. That's true, unless you're playing Tarkov, in which case you do want to be the person who takes advantage of the fact that you've got delay. TDI Bone actually made it in before the show ended. This was a strange thing to walk into the middle of.
Yes.
Have you watched the show before? ? It's pretty much strange to walk in, even at the beginning. And today's start was rough. 100%. Red is faster. Blue is lucky. Green is the best. Okay. Fair enough. Hey, we've come to the end of the program. It's 10:01.
Yeah, we should pick the words. Word safe words.
Yes. The 3 work safe words. I'm going to open up the link. Which if I do a refreshy,
you can see the browser.
I do a refreshy. Hold please. We've got 3 votes for technically not working. We've got 3 votes for Gartner pants.
Oh, nice.
1 vote for oof. We've got impact, poof, disorganized, Viva Las P, junk and stuff, checking out for holidays, submission, and 100 to 300. Those are the work safe words that we are currently tracking. Well, I mean, I think we go with we go technically not working. Gartner pants is 2 words, Rich. Technically what not working. We'll use impact and oof.
So you've chosen the words?
Yes, technically not working, impact and oof.
Got it.
Hold on. Did you write it down?
No. Am I supposed to write it down?
Take a note.
That's what Steve does.
Steve's not here.
Pierre, write this down.
Technically not
Took a screenshot.
Okay.
Technically not working. Impact and oof, right? Is that what we decided?
Do you really think Jared gives me admin rights on that site?
No. It's fine.
Now we got to figure out if we can. How do we play ourselves out?
He's got the sound right there. Oh, Ferris Britt.
I'm learning.
Hey, Rick. Ferris Britt says it's not the CO2 you have to worry about. It's the air horns. All right. With that, we've come to the end of another Patch and Switch program. Thanks everyone for participating. Vizio MVP, Jan, Fair Brent, Fuel Snobble, Speednut, Wire Connect, thanks for your support and helping us as usual. Aspen Forrester, who else have we had talking? We've had Rich Campbell here. Crush Networks, we will see you. There will not be an EDM night. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of work to do while we're there. I did say Rich Campbell, right? We'll see you next week. Absablog and Lutely, another random IT guy. I said Aspen, AZ Clouda, Christian Networks, Steph Veteran, the Legions here, Foul Temper in the PDX, Fuel Saba, Jan, Chaos, Kowski, Ledwig, SharePoint Madam, TDI Bone, and Vizio MVP. We'll see everyone in 2 weeks' time. Until then, have a weekend, everybody.